Come meet me at a Rite Aid where I'm going to have you play a child predator. Would you think that that's a good opportunity?
Run that back.
I have sworn multiple times that I would stop talking about EDP 445, but just like most people's New Year's resolutions about going to the gym, I'm going to have to break it. Every few months for the last couple of years, like clockwork, he will try to come back to the internet after his historic fall from grace after being caught in the now infamous cupcake sting operation that outed him as a predator. He'll come back with an almost cartoonish development. He has been on this non-stop wild and wacky roller coaster of crazy, goofy shit that he tries. He's this gift that just keeps on giving with the amount of unbelievable shit he tries. Like an everlasting gobstopper of goofs. I've compared him to the box ghost from Danny Phantom, and I think that is just the most apt comparison. He's just this silly villain that keeps popping up every now and then just for people to laugh him off the face of the internet, but he'll always come back as a cameo in later episodes. And that's why we're talking about him again today, because it's that time of the year where EDP tries to make a claim that he's innocent. And this time, he's saying, actually, it was all acting. He was only pretending to be a pedophile. He was method acting as a child molester, as part of a...
Bro, EDP, what the fuck? Bro, what do y'all think about, like, him, like, people still using his memes? Like, or the meme format? I think it's weird as fuck. I found it very strange that people still use his reactions. But it's not like I'm going to be like, oh my god, you know, bombastic side-eye. First things first, kill bombastic side-eye. Actually, and second of all, kill side-eye while we're at it. Make you want to kick a fat kid, man. That teacher's the worst, bruh. But yeah, damn, I forgot what my point was. Talking about kicking fat kids. Oh well.
A movie production. I know that sounds unbelievable. That sounds like I just made that shit up in a game of Mad Libs, but I'm being serious. That is the angle he's trying. He posted an entire breakdown of his defense that this was all a setup, that it was supposed to just be improv acting, but they published it as a real thing and it cost him his whole career. Now, before diving into the fanfic that EDP tries to craft here like he's working on a fucking Tumblr blog, I do want to make it clear that even though the Cupcake Doomsday sting operation was the apocalypse that brought down the world of EDP, it's far from the only instance of him talking inappropriately and sexually with minors. This was just the only one where they actually caught him in video. You know, this was no longer just blurry photos of Sasquatch or rumors. They finally had him on video, flirting with, and then even going to a physical location to meet someone he believed to be a child. This followed sexually charged conversations as well as inappropriate pictures, including a picture of his poopy in a toilet, an actual shit pic.
What the fuck is we doing these days, man? EDP needs to be put down, bruh. Sending poop pics to kids is fucking insane! That is fucking actually insidious. Poop pics. Poop pics! I'm done.
I make sure to mention that anytime EDP's name comes up because god damn it, that shit is crazy. And following all that, he went to the physical location to meet someone he believed to be a kid, and said the reason he was there was actually because his belly was empty, his tummy was growling for a cupcake, which is why it became known as the Cupcake Incident. But this is just focusing on that video and not any of the other numerous claims and evidence about the way he talked to children and all of that. So let's take it from the top here in the timeline of events. He lays out all the lore, and it dates all the way back to 2019. So he's laying out the goddamn Silmarillion here, preceding the Lord of the Rings events that take place later on. So in 2019, he flew out to Philadelphia for the world premiere of Maybe Next Year, which he was featured in. I suppose this was his acting debut, and that's crucial knowledge here because fast forward to 2021, he received an email from Chet Goldstein, who was the person conducting the investigation on EDP at the time, and he's claiming that in 2021, Chet Goldstein reached out to him, letting him know how impressed he was with EDP's performance in that documentary. saying that he was impressed with his work from maybe next year and wanted to give him a shot for a different part in a film that Chet Goldstein was working on at the time. So he drops a receipt here of an email that basically just echoes that, saying, hey, you know, your work was fucking amazing. Can't believe you didn't win an Oscar. Would love to have you as part of this next production if you're willing to try out for it. You know, get back to me. EDP responds, ecstatic to take this role. This was really going to blow up his acting career. He confirms an address with him, that it's a Rite Aid location they're meeting at. Chet Goldstein says that, you know, their cameraman will meet them at the Rite Aid parking lot, and it's going to be a random scene that they're going to act out for 30 to 40 minutes to see if he's fit for filming. He says, the scene we may ask you to act out may seem a bit odd, and I may crack some jokes and be rude in certain parts of the shoot that may seem offensive to you, but keep in mind, we have a protocol of situations we may throw at you to see how you respond and act in helping us determine if you're fit for the part. If selected for the part for the film we're shooting in Bakersville in October, we'll reach out in 7 to 14 business days from our meeting. Please message me back to confirm this date. So this is his bombshell, you know, shocking revelation plot twist moment where you see Chet Goldstein actually was just wanting me to act, you know, improv to make sure I was, you know, up to snuff here with the role that I'd be.
Well, my question is, why didn't they drop this a long time ago? Why didn't he drop this like frame one? Like, that's my question. What the fuck? Obviously, it's bullshit. Like, the EDP is a tweak of the century, but what the fuck? Why not drop earlier?
He required to play for his production. I was under the impression this was all part of the acting, which even upon hearing this excuse is one of the most unbelievable things I've ever heard. No, you remember that incident from 2 years ago? Keep in mind, he's just now posting this
exactly.
2 years later. I'm guessing this idea came to him in a dream recently to try this garbage. But, like, you know, why wait 2 years if this is all legitimate? But regardless, you know, all of that pedophile shit, no, that's just because I was a very good actor. I actually fooled all of you. It was acting, but I'm really upset because, you know, I was misled. I was instructed to improv. I had no idea this was going to be the result. But I know what you're thinking. Charles, he posted receipts. He posted emails right there. There's proof. There's evidence to support these outrageous claims. Sometimes reality can be stranger than fiction. And to that I say, I do not like those green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. These are fucking poorly photoshopped emails that he posts. He couldn't even Photoshop or crop it correctly. Look at Chet Goldstein's name. You can still see some of, like, the black flakes at the top where Chet Goldstein was pasted on top of whatever this email originally was. And none of it's even centered in the first place. It doesn't even convincingly look like real emails. It is awful. It is terribly done. And to go even a step further, I can literally hear EDP's voice in the Chet Goldstein text here. He caps locked respond and act, as if that's supposed to drive the point home, like, no, look, it's real. This is super real because respond and act. Act. That's a key word. I'm going to have to capitalize that one so that way people know that this is key. It's blatantly fake. These aren't real emails. But you know what? I'm always willing to play ball and suspend disbelief. Let's assume that this is real somehow. And the odds of this being even remotely real are beyond minuscule, incalculably low odds, but let's assume they are. It still doesn't explain away all of his other repeated behavior with the way he talks to minors or anything like that, and it doesn't even explain away the video itself. There's nothing in there that even, like, gets corroborated with these emails he releases. Nothing checks out, even still, with the video itself and the claims he's making. He did an interview with, like, an AI, I guess. I don't really know, but he's doing this interview with, like, some kind of AI interviewer using some kind of, like, fucking voice modulator. And the way he explains it is even more silly.
He had his business card attached to the email.
Okay, and that was shortly after the movie, maybe next year or so. You put kind of 2 and 2 together and everything aligned to this actually being an opportunity for you.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so Chet emails you and tells you to meet him at the apartment complex? I'm sorry, maybe I'm not understanding.
Well, again, you know, the
But it does
original
sound like
meeting
AI.
spot was at the Rite Aid.
In what fucking solar system would someone be so stupid as to get a random email from someone claiming to be a movie producer who just reached out to you with a cold call saying, hey, your fucking performance in this documentary was superb, spectacular stuff. Come meet me at a Rite Aid where I'm going to have you play a child predator. Would you think that that's a good opportunity? So let's assume he didn't know he was going to be acting as a pedophile. The second that they start spitballing this improv at him, like, okay, so all of these chat logs with this child, you're a pedophile, you're a pedophile. Why would he play along with it? What opportunity did you think this was? How would portraying a child molester be like this golden goose for you? You are already a successful YouTuber with millions of subscribers, but this was your ticket to the big time?
That's the one.
You know, this role you thought you were playing? Like the role
Charlie,
of method acting a fucking pedophile? That makes no sense. That is inexplicably ridiculous.
You a hater, bro.
The guy Javier, he actually walked me over to the apartment complex. So in the fucking email, it was just, you know, boom, right here at the Rite Aid. And then camera guy is the one who walked me over to the apartment complex. This is the first time I ever seen this fucking apartment complex. You know what I mean?
This does absolutely nothing to help proclaim his innocence here. If it was at the Rite Aid or the apartment complex, that doesn't fucking change anything. The clips he's showing, the Rite Aid only comes in the frame when EDP is leaving after they're talking about calling the cops and everything. That is when he is actually, like, making his grand getaway from this situation. He starts by going up to the apartment complex and then leaves going out by the Rite Aid.
Do you have any indication on what you're walking into, what type of scene you're going to be acting out?
He didn't tell me shit, basically. You know what I mean? He basically just said, hey, we got some chat logs here. We're going to improv this bitch. Go along with it. I'm just like, all right, cool. So... And then again, you know what I mean? It's like, how the fuck was I supposed to know this was a goddamn, you know, how the fuck was I supposed to know that this was a goddamn setup? Like, it's like, you know, you have fucking business cards, you have the official wavelength bullshit, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers is emailing you and shit. It's like, anybody in their right fucking mind would have thought that this was legit.
I speak for every single living, breathing human being on this planet in saying that nobody in their right mind would have thought this is legit. At all. I will suspend disbelief yet again here to just toy around with this idea.
You're going around again?
Why the fuck would you even improv this kind of scene? Did you want the role of a pedophile? Did you want that to be your acting legacy? The follow-up to your magnum opus performance in maybe next year you wanted to be the child predator? What sense does that fucking make? This is the dumbest defense ever. And he doesn't even do anything to, like, somehow explain away everything he says and does in the video itself. None of this explains any of it. And this fucking email screenshots are fake emails
He's
to begin
innocent,
with.
bro.
The whole thing is so stupid.
Leave him alone.
It is laughable that he is actually trying this with a straight face. Obviously, this is yet again another desperate attempt to prove that he's never been a child predator, even though there is overwhelming amounts of evidence, even outside of this big video that came from it. There is still so much evidence against him, and really the only reason he never faced jail time is because the investigation was done by YouTubers and not done in collaboration with law enforcement, so he was able to squeak away based on that, which is something that has happened a lot, unfortunately. So it's crazy he's not even in jail, honestly. And he still keeps trying to come back to the internet. Even after all of this time and all of this shit, he still keeps doing ridiculously goofy shit, like what you just saw there, with trying to say, he's not a pedophile, he was only acting. Wild stuff.
Bruh,
I just wanted to give a little update here and share that. That's about it. So yeah.
Chill, bro. Y'all need to ease up on EDP. Nah, EDP, yeah, that motherfucker's a tweak of the century. Bro, nah, Shablon Charlie, thank you, bro. I'm up next, bro. Me and Charlie. I recently stumbled upon UTV live on TikTok. How is he not banned, though? I thought they did ban him, but then he got back on. What the fuck? What the? Well, I don't get it. Like, how is he still a platform to this day? I wonder. Yeah, that is fucking sick. He's off YouTube. Yeah, he's off YouTube, but he's still on fucking whatever, on TikTok and whatnot. Woo woo. It's crazy, bruh. John, I got some for you, Moody One. I see. You can keep it, bro. I'm good. No worries, bro. Thank you, brother. He should be making a lot of extra. Yeah. I feel like at a certain point, bro, you no shame? Because that's so embarrassing, man. Even what if your IRLs know you, bro? Your IRLs, your family, they're going to tell somebody. That's it's kind of sad. Like, you're famous, bro. Like, EDP, like, everybody knows him. And now everybody knows him even more for being a pedophile. Now, that's like, they know EDP, but now everybody knows him as being a pedophile.